Hi, this is Margie with Create Your Heart Out with episode number 8 of This Bug's For You. Today we're going to focus a little bit on the holiday season coming up. I've made one of my first Christmas cards for you. This is a typical A2 card. So we're going to take our red cardstock and score it on the 4 1/4 line. And then we're going to adhere our pattern paper which is cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4 to the front of our card. And also, I cut out a scallop triangle, and I did this on the Gypsy. So, unfortunately, I can't give you the file until we're able to give those files out. I did this on Gypsy Wandering, I think. So that's why I'm unable to get that rectangular file to you right away. The next thing I have is some green cardstock cut at 2 3/4 and 4 inches. I'm going to layer that on top of my red scallop centering mat. And then I have a piece of white cardstock cut at 2 1/2 inches by 3 3/4. And you can use any festive holiday stamp. I'm using the Holiday Red inks from Close to My Heart. And this stamp is a pretty big stamp. So I want to make sure that I get really good coverage. On my stamp. And center that up. And I'm going to wait just a second here. Let's wait, hold up just a second. I've got some green ribbon that I should have placed under my red cardstock before I placed that. I'm going to tie that into a bow. When you're tying a bow, the one thing that I found that's always helpful is if you tie your bow upside down, your tails are always go toward the bottom. And we'll trim out that. I don't know about you, but I have designated scissors just for my ribbon cutting, so I always get a nice clean cut when trimming out my bows. And then we'll take some adhesive on the back of my Happy Holidays. You could use Merry Christmas, whatever stamps you have on hand. And we'll center that there. And I've cut a holly leaf from Winter Wonderland cartridge. And I'm just going to take a marker and just kind of define these little lines in the veins of the leaf. And use my Zig 2-way glue to attach these two little berries here. And then I'll take my green stickles. Well, before I do that, let's use my Pop Dots. Because I have this popped up. Put that on the corner of my card. And I've used green stickles. Just outlined where I put my lines. It's kind of easier if you can draw those lines ahead of time. It's a little bit easier to follow. And this is using the green color. And I also kind of went around the outside edges. The one thing when I use stickles, it does take a while to dry. So this is something that you probably want to leave set out for 24 hours and make sure it's completely dry before you put it in an envelope. And then I'll use my Xmas Red. Put that on top of my berries here. And also with my stamp, I have a couple of places that's going to allow me to adhere rhinestone. Whenever I have the chance to use more bling, I do. Let's see if I can get this little guy apart. Well, I'm sure you don't want to watch me chase him all over the place, but that's what I'll do here. And this is my final card for a happy holiday season. Thank you for joining me. This Bug's for You, episode number 8.